The vast emptiness of space stretched like an endless black canvas, punctuated by distant starlight and the faint hum of a critically damaged spacecraft. Inside the vessel, Yura Kim gripped the damaged control panel, her fingers leaving faint, blue blood stains on the metallic surface. Her scout ship had been ambushed 3 standard planetary rotations ago. The Krovan battle fleet had appeared without warning, their energy weapons cutting through her squadron like heated blades through soft metal. Of the 12 advanced reconnaissance ships that had begun the mission, only her damaged vessel remained. Yura's species did not value mercy. Wounded warriors were considered a liability, their survival insignificant compared to the collective military strategy. She knew that if she survived and returned in this condition, her own people would likely terminate her for showing weakness. The ship's navigation system flickered, warning lights dancing across the damaged console. Red, yellow, intermittent, bursts of emergency signals. Her breathing was labored, each breath a struggle against the pain of multiple internal injuries. The exoskeleton protective suit she wore was cracked in 3 critical locations, no longer providing complete protection. She remembered her training. Always maintain composure, never show vulnerability. But here, alone in the vast darkness of space, those rigid rules seemed meaningless. Her life force was slowly draining, mixing with the ship's leaking coolant system. A sudden violent shake rocked the spacecraft. The planet below looked strange, green and blue, unlike the metallic, gray worlds of her home system. Atmospheric entry would be rough. Her damaged stabilization systems could barely compensate for the increasing gravitational pull. Yura's mind raced through potential survival scenarios. The ship's emergency protocols were systematically shutting down non-critical systems. Life support was failing. Oxygen recycling was at 22% efficiency. Her body was already showing signs of multiple system failures. The hull began to heat up, turning from dark metal to a bright orange as friction increased. Warning alarms screamed their electronic protest. She could do nothing but brace herself and hope that whatever awaited her on the planet's surface would be less fatal than the current trajectory. Impact was violent and sudden. The scout ship tore through dense forest vegetation, leaving a kilometers-long scar of broken trees and scorched earth. Metal screeched against rock and soil. Internal systems exploded in small bursts of electrical discharge. For several long moments, everything was chaos and noise. Then silence. Steam rose from the broken spacecraft. Twisted metal gleamed under the planet's twin suns. Small fires burned around the crash site, consuming fragments of advanced technology. Inside the ship's central chamber, Yura Kim lay motionless, her breathing shallow and irregular. Her last conscious thought before darkness consumed her was a mixture of warrior's pride and unexpected vulnerability. She had survived. Somehow, against all probability, she had survived. The forest around her remained indifferent. Birds continued their songs. Small creatures scurried through underbrush. Wind moved through branches. Nothing suggested the extraordinary event that had just occurred. A damaged communication system sparked weakly, its signal too weak to reach any potential rescue teams. The ship's advanced cloaking technology was failing, slowly revealing its presence to any potential observers. Yura's specialized medical suit attempted to seal her wounds, its nanotechnological systems working frantically to prevent total system failure. Blue-green liquid, her blood, leaked from multiple injury points, creating small pools around her unconscious form. The universe, vast and indifferent, continued its eternal dance. One small spacecraft, one wounded warrior, one unknown planet. And somewhere, perhaps nearby, fate was preparing its next move. The research station stood quiet, a small metal structure nestled among rolling green hills and dense forest. Jae-sung Park adjusted his portable scanning device, its soft electronic beeps breaking the morning silence. He had been tracking unusual energy signatures for days, something that didn't match any standard geological readings. His fingers moved across the device's screen, filtering data streams. Most researchers would have ignored the faint signal, but Jae-sung had always been different. Curiosity burned within him like a constant flame, driving him to explore where others would turn back. The scanner suddenly chirped. A more intense signal emerged, stronger and more defined. Coordinates locked. Approximately 3.2 kilometers northwest of his current position. Something was definitely out there. Jae-sung packed his standard exploration kit. Water, emergency medical supplies, tracking equipment, communication device. Standard planetary exploration protocol demanded preparation. He checked his lightweight protective suit, ensuring every seal was secure. The forest seemed alive around him. Tall trees with unusual violet tinted, leaves swayed in a gentle breeze. Small creatures, something between insects and small mammals, darted between roots and fallen branches. This planet was young, unexplored, full of potential discoveries. Walking was challenging. Dense vegetation made direct movement difficult. Jae-sung's specialized boots cut through thick ground cover, leaving minimal disturbance. His training emphasized minimal environmental impact during exploration. 30 minutes into his journey, the energy signal became more pronounced. Something artificial was definitely nearby. Not a natural formation, not a standard geological structure. Something manufactured. Something that didn't belong in this pristine environment. Then he saw it. A massive metal structure lay broken among shattered trees. Its hull was scorched, multiple sections torn apart by what seemed like violent impact. Advanced technology peeked through damaged sections, circuits, strange metallic compounds, systems far beyond current human engineering. An alien spacecraft. Jae-sung's heart raced. Years of research, countless hours of studying potential extraterrestrial contact. And now, unexpectedly, something real lay before him. He approached carefully. Professional protocol demanded systematic observation. No sudden movements, no unnecessary risks. The ship's external damage suggested a catastrophic landing. Whatever had happened, survival seemed impossible. Yet something told Jae-sung to remain alert. His scanning device went crazy. Multiple energy signatures. Something was alive inside the damaged vessel. Careful steps brought him closer. A section of the hull had been partially torn open, creating a makeshift entrance. Jae-sung switched on his helmet's advanced vision modes: infrared, thermal, electromagnetic, spectrum analysis. Something moved inside. A faint biosignal. Weak, irregular, but definitely present. Jae-sung had two choices. Standard protocol suggested immediate communication with research base. Request backup. Follow strict first contact procedures, or investigate immediately. His hand touched the ship's exterior. The metal was still warm. Recent crash. Recent impact. Whatever or whoever was inside might not have much time. Decision made in a split second. He would investigate. Climbing carefully through the damaged hull, Jae-sung entered the alien spacecraft. Strange symbols covered internal walls. Advanced technology surrounded him, systems far beyond human understanding. And there, amid twisted metal and leaking technological fluids, lay a being completely unlike anything he had ever imagined. Alien, wounded, breathing, alive. Yura Kim's eyes flickered momentarily. Blue-green blood covered her specialized warrior suit. Her breathing was shallow but persistent. Their first encounter had begun. Two different species. One unexpected moment. Countless possibilities waiting to unfold. Jae-sung's medical training felt inadequate the moment he examined Yura. Her physiology was completely alien. Multiple redundant organs, a complex exoskeleton protecting internal systems, and biochemical structures that defied human medical understanding. The DAR research station's medical bay was small but efficiently equipped. Advanced scanning systems struggled to interpret the alien's biological data. Her body temperature fluctuated wildly. Blue-green liquid, her blood equivalent, continued seeping through multiple wound sites. Standard human medical protocols meant nothing here. Jae-sung realized he was dealing with a living puzzle. Her respiratory system seemed to process atmosphere differently. 3 separate lung-like structures worked in complex synchronization. conventional oxygen masks would kill her. He accessed the station's comprehensive xenobiological database. Hours of careful analysis revealed critical information. Her species required a unique chemical balance. Oxygen was toxic in high concentrations. Cellular regeneration worked through electrical stimulation rather than standard biochemical processes. Each intervention became a calculated risk. The alien's specialized medical suit provided some assistance. Nanotechnological systems attempted self-repair, but the damage was extensive. Jae-sung recognized that traditional medical approaches would fail catastrophically. He needed to think differently. Improvisation became his primary strategy. Using the station's advanced molecular synthesizer, he began creating custom chemical compounds. Electrical stimulation replaced traditional medical treatments. Specialized radiation frequencies promoted cellular healing. Hours turned into days. Yura drifted between consciousness and deep biological shutdown. Her warrior training seemed embedded even in unconsciousness. Slight muscle movements suggested internal survival mechanisms constantly working. Jae-sung rarely slept. His entire research mission had transformed into a single objective: keeping this alien alive. Communication was impossible, yet something deeper than language existed between them. Each careful medical intervention felt like negotiating with an unknown universe. The station's systems monitored her continuously. Complex graphs tracked bizarre biological rhythms. Her body responded to treatments in ways no human medical text could predict. On the fifth day, something changed. Yura's critical systems stabilized. Her exoskeleton began natural regeneration. The blue-green liquid, her blood analog, started, showing remarkable healing properties. Jae-sung discovered her species possessed extraordinary biological resilience. What would kill a human became merely a temporary setback for her. He documented everything, every treatment, every biological response. This was more than a medical challenge. This was first contact research of the most intimate kind. Small victories accumulated. Her breathing became more regular. Cellular damage reduced. Internal systems slowly reconnected. The medical bay transformed into a testament of human determination and scientific creativity. Advanced technology merged with pure human intuition. Yura remained partially unconscious, her alien form a mystery waiting to be understood. Jae-sung worked tirelessly, driven by scientific curiosity and something deeper, a fundamental human desire to preserve life. Outside, the planet continued its quiet existence. Twin suns moved across the sky. Forest creatures continued their endless dance of survival. Inside the research station, two different species shared an unexpected moment of connection. One human, one alien. Survival hanging in a delicate balance. Science, compassion, discovery, all intersecting in one remarkable moment. Yura's eyes opened slowly, revealing complex iris patterns that shifted between metallic gray and deep blue. Her first clear view was of Jae-sung, seated nearby, reviewing complex data streams on multiple holographic displays. Communication seemed impossible. Different species, different languages, completely alien experiences. Jae-sung realized traditional communication methods would fail. He developed a unique approach using visual translation systems, complex gesture mapping, and advanced neural interface technologies. Her warrior training made initial interactions challenging. Every movement suggested defensive preparation. Every gesture implied potential conflict. Yura's entire biological system was programmed for survival through confrontation. But humans were different. Slowly, Jae-sung demonstrated something her species had never understood: compassion as a survival strategy. He shared food, provided medical care, showed no aggressive intentions. Yura's cultural programming struggled against these unfamiliar interactions. Her people believed weakness meant elimination. Injured members were traditionally abandoned or terminated. Yet here was a being investing significant resources to preserve her life. The research station became their shared world. Complex translation systems gradually broke communication barriers. Yura learned human communication patterns. Jae-sung understood her species' complex communication methods. Her initial suspicion transformed into curiosity. Jae-sung showed her planetary maps, demonstrated human technological achievements, explained complex social structures based on collective survival rather than individual combat prowess. She discovered humans valued cooperation over competition. Medical resources were shared. Injured members received care. Communities protected their vulnerable populations. These concepts were revolutionary to her understanding. Her warrior conditioning slowly unraveled. Each interaction challenged her fundamental belief systems. Jae-sung's patience became her greatest teacher. They communicated through advanced neural interfaces, visual translations, and intuitive understanding. Complex emotions replaced traditional communication methods. Yura learned human empathy was not weakness. It was profound strength. Her body continued healing. Neural connections strengthened. Cultural barriers slowly dissolved. The research station became more than a medical facility. It transformed into a bridge between two different species, two different philosophical approaches to existence. Jae-sung documented everything. Each interaction represented potential breakthrough in interspecies communication. His research would revolutionize human understanding of extraterrestrial interactions. Yura's perspective shifted. Her warrior training told her to be suspicious. Her emerging understanding suggested something deeper. Mutual survival through understanding. Small moments defined their connection. Shared meals. Collaborative problem solving. Mutual respect growing from unexpected circumstances. She began understanding human complexity. Emotions were not weaknesses. Compassion was not a strategic failure. Cooperation represented a sophisticated survival mechanism. Jae-sung represented something her species had never encountered. Pure, unconditional assistance without expecting immediate return. Her biological systems continued adapting. Neural pathways restructured. Cultural understanding expanded. The planet outside continued its quiet existence. Forests moved. Creatures survived. Two beings from different worlds discovered something profound. Connection transcends biological differences, science, compassion, discovery. Three powerful forces merging in one unexpected moment. Yura was no longer just a wounded warrior. She was becoming something new, something different. A bridge between worlds. Weeks of recovery transformed Yura completely. Her warrior identity dissolved, replaced by something more complex and nuanced. The research station had become her unexpected classroom of human understanding. Jae-sung watched her transformation with scientific fascination. Her body had healed, but more importantly, her fundamental perspective on survival had changed dramatically. The communication systems they developed revealed deeper truths. Her species believed in ruthless elimination of weak members. Humans believed in collective strength through mutual support. These philosophies were fundamentally different. Yura's neural pathways began reconstructing. She understood now that strength wasn't just about physical combat. Strength could be compassion, understanding, healing. Her home civilization would never understand this. Warriors who showed vulnerability were traditionally killed. Here, vulnerability became a pathway to deeper connection. The research station's communication systems received a distant signal. Her home fleet was searching. They would eventually locate her position. A critical decision approached: return or stay. Jae-sung prepared her for potential contact. Advanced translation systems stood ready. Communication protocols developed through weeks of careful interaction would be tested. Yura's internal conflict was profound. Her warrior training demanded immediate reporting. Her new understanding suggested something different. Transformation wasn't just personal, it could be cultural. The signal grew stronger. Her civilization's advanced tracking systems were precise. They would arrive within standard planetary rotations. She made her decision. Instead of pure military reporting, she would become a bridge. a translator, someone who could help both species understand each other. Her specialized communication implants began preparing complex data packages, thousands of interactions, medical discoveries, cultural insights. Everything she had learned would be shared, not as a warrior's report, but as a diplomatic communication. Jae-sung understood her choice immediately. His research had become something more than scientific observation. It had become a profound moment of potential interspecies understanding. The planet outside continued its quiet existence. Forests moved. Creatures survived. Two beings from different worlds prepared for a moment that could change everything. Her civilization would be shocked. A wounded warrior returning with perspectives that challenged fundamental cultural beliefs. She was no longer just a soldier. She was a potential revolutionary. Communication systems activated. Her home fleet signals became stronger. Advanced spacecraft would soon enter planetary atmosphere. Yura's transformation was complete. Not just physical healing, but a complete philosophical reconstruction. Jae-sung had done more than save a life. He had potentially changed the trajectory of two different civilizations' understanding: science, compassion, discovery. Three powerful forces merging in one unexpected moment.